informal settlement.
Honorable Chair, discussion and respected audience. Assalamu alaikum. My paper title is Climate Change Induced Migration, a study on informal settlement in Dhaka city. I'm Karishma Amjad, PhD Fellow, Institute of Social Welfare and Research, University of Dhaka. It is stated that every year 30,100,000 to 40,100,000 recently new migrants come to Dhaka city, and almost around 5,000 slums stayed here. And it is widely recognized that Bangladesh is one of the most vulnerable countries adverse effect of climate change. Both sudden and slow onset of climatic events are putting the major stress over traditional livelihoods, particularly for poor people on rural areas. And climate migrants always start living in urban slums which are poor for searching better and secure life. There are lots of reasons in migration because of climate change, and migrants of Dhaka slum frequently experience environmental stress like river degradation, cyclone, flood, water levels drought, and salinity. Yet this group of people have taken help of different types of migration like short-term, cyclic, seasonal, and permanent to adapt to the change that took place in their lives due to social and economic reasons influenced by climate stress. I have some objectives in my study. That's to know decision-making pattern of urban migrant people on slum in Dhaka city in the context of climate change. To make out the reason of migration for the settlement of urban slum. To know the current situation and vulnerability of those who have moved to urban as slum dwellers. To identify some proposal of policy reform that may lead to a reduction in the stress in their area of origin. There have some rationale which I cannot ignore. This study will be more useful for academic purpose in worldwide. This research will be helpful for taking preventive measures against climate migrants complication. The policymakers of Bangladesh may be benefited from this study for developing policy, and this study will be partly intended to serve as a baseline for the development more specification. And I want to represent some literature which I reviewed that Hussein 2014 in his PhD study that climate change is vulnerable for the urban extreme poor, and he also conduct household life history interview to explore the vulnerabilities and assess the adaptation strategies to the extreme poor household. The Rambam paper by Siddiqui and others in 2015 selected for the research were located in the northwestern region of Bangladesh, Sirajganj, Natur Purosabha, and Rajshahi City Corporation. The study found that main economic, social, and demographic challenges that lead to migration decision of the slum dwellers are deeply bonded with the environmental or climatic stress of the area of their origin. Garrett and Chaudhary 2004 represent the amount of people moved from urban to rural area in the discussion paper prepared for Rural Livelihood Program. Siddiqui and Mahmoud 2004 conducted the research on the impact of migration on poverty and development, covering 5,000 slums. Their study including both internal and international migration that found 50% of those who migrate to the country head for Dhaka city. And also 2000 showed that 13% of permanent and 38% of temporary migrant to Dhaka city before they were 20 years of age. And Hawken Hussain 1996 showed that the high proportion, 44% of long-term migrants moved to Dhaka before they were 13 years of old. And all these researchers want to represent the various aspects of migration and urban lifestyle and improving their livelihoods, all of this. But this paper seeks to redress this gap and represent climate change induced migration on informal settlement in Dhaka city. This is the methodology of my study. You can see here, this is a quantitative study. My research site is Shilpur, Shahjatpur, and Khalparslam Kilburitek, and purposes suppose would adopted total of 50 participants whose age 20 years and above, and main evaluation technique is face-to-face interview and PIR using a semi-structured interview schedule and applying statistical technique and frequency distribution for data analysis and multivariate tables and figures for data presentation. And this is the location map you will see here. First one is Jhilparslam Shahjahatpur and another one is Khalparslam Kilburitek. And Jhilparslam Shahjahatpur and beside Malarat International University, and both of these slums are under North City Corporation. And I'm going through the result and discussion together that maximum respondents current age within 51 years to 60 years, while their age of first migrant in between 20 to 30 years. And summarize the education profile that literate who can sign only their name was 32%. And 60% of the respondents migrant because of flood, and 20% of the respondents migrant because of cyclone. And 10% of them migrant because of drought, that is no work available in the farming season or that is Bonga period, and 10% of them migrated because of river erosion. And maximum of the respondents, 54%, migrated in Dhaka city within 2011 to 2019. And this is I want to show you the migrants come and going back to their residence and again come and go back. And this is 76% of respondents come from their homeland within 1 to 5 years ago. And I want to say about the decision of migration, that half of the migrants stated that they were considering migration for a long time. Other half of decided to migrate suddenly. Migration decisions are mainly made by family members like father and siblings. Most of them decided to migrate short term. And maximum of the respondents decided to migrate, decided to return home during the farming season. And after BISR, some of migrants decided to migrate other rural region than Dhaka city. And few of them decided to migrate other district than Dhaka city. Most of them decided to migrate directly to Dhaka city. Mainly the migrant decided to register unexpected forced migrant as a plan of migration. And I want to represent here the current socio-economic situation and vulnerability of urban climate migrant as a slum dweller. It is clear that the climate migrant is found to work lay outside the jurisdiction of labor law in the every sector which they want to do work. Most of the climate migrants in urban slums work in unhygienic conditions that are very risky for their health, and they had a propensity to be unaware about their health risk of doing unhygienic work. Slums are situated in vulnerable areas such as lake and beside the drain. The living conditions are very unhygienic. All these two areas scenario of housing are in poverty. Access to sanitation and safe drinking water are insufficient for the slum dwellers. Most important thing are also the dwellers of these areas are threatened by climatic stress. Some slum dwellers are also faced man-made environmental stresses. The slum dwellers are experiencing skin diseases. Urban slum people living in this settlement are equally vulnerable to physical and social insecurity. A number of the settlement also face the threat of eviction. This is the scenario you can see here, the unhygienic place of work and the housing condition, and this is the beside the lake, and another one you can see here, this is the beside of drain, and this one is the inside of their housing darkness and the others problem, and this is the accessibility of water and sanitation in the slum area. And I want to say some proposal of policy reformation that may lead to a reduction in the stress in their area of origin. This research adequately demonstrates that a section of people move from rural climate affected area to urban areas when their livelihood is no longer available in their rural setting. Necessity of decentralizing the poor people of slum settlement to nearby cities can be considered. Those moving from a rural to urban setting require a different set of skill to find employment, while more capital is required for urban living costs. Need to start immediately awareness program for the poor slum dwellers regarding disease connected to flood and extreme events. Effective adaptation strategy should build upon and sustain existing livelihood and thus take into account existing knowledge and coping strategy of the poor. Government and development partners should intake programs at origin to introduce non-traditional livelihoods in the rural area. And I have some limitations in my study that it is difficult to get information sometimes because of giving respondents unsuitable place and time. And the sample of the respondents were found non-cooperative and failed to adequately relevant at fact length and time. On the other hand, only 50 respondents are not enough for representing the actual scenario of the study. And finally, the study will be more efficient to represent various aspects of community if I get enough time and money. And at the end of the concluding part, I want to say the specific thing that this study found that the mainly environmental and demographic challenges that lead to migration decision of the slum dwellers are deeply bonded with the environmental or climatic stress of the area of their origin. And most of the climate migrant slum dwellers express their desire to return to their village of origin if they are provided with housing and livelihoods. And this is my references, and I want to give all of you the thanks, and I want to give thanks to Bangladesh Institute of Social Research who gave me an opportunity to represent this paper.